What's going on, everybody? This is Joe, and you're right, I am back. Finally, if you have not been watching our streams, it's been a bit. We finally bought a home, our first house, so it took us a little while to get ready, and we're not back to 100% yet. We still have to, we want to get Jar back up and rolling too, but you know me, I am here. If you've never been here before, I just want to let you know that I am the person that has opened more pre-release kits than anybody else here on YouTube, and I did not want to stop anytime soon, so we've got a bit of a backlog, right? Because as you can see, I am here today to open a Phyrexia All Will Be One pre-release kit. Obviously, this set has been out for a while. March of the Machine, which you can see up here, is the newest set at the time of filming, and so obviously, like I said, we've got some catching up to do. There's some Phyrexian text there behind the little flap. So, yeah, I'm going to open these kits. I've got some codes for MTG Arena to give away because we owe you all those things, and we want you to have them. We got a nice white die with the set symbol for Phyrexia All Will Be One. Very nice. Leave that on the side. And then we are here to open, obviously, the packs and see what we get. Commons, uncommons, rares, mythics, foils, etc. We have the insert, the divider, I guess, that you would be able to use to separate your sideboard and your main deck. And we have the description of the 9 spheres of new Phyrexia. So we're going to be doing 3 of these openings. Let's talk about 3 of the spheres. So we have the monumental facade at the top. The outer sphere is spotted with monuments to the Praetor's glory. That's at the top. We have Myrex, the last Mirrans struggle in vain, rebelling against an inevitable end. And the autonomous furnace. Stifling heat fuels Phyrexia's great forge. And again, there are the rest of them, which we will cover in future openings. So obviously stay tuned to the channel to be able to see that, because that's definitely what you're here for, right? Is to hear those things. But regardless, we will read the rest in the other videos. It's just to let you know there's more videos to come. Inside of this is our promo pack with our promo foil rare or mythic rare, and there is a code for MTG Arena, which we will be giving away at some point in the video, but because when we go to pre-release and the decisions that Wizards has made, we can only use, or we, meaning everyone who has an MTG Arena account, can only use 1 code per account. So if you go to 3 pre-releases, you have 2 extra codes that you can't use for anything. Or if you happen to go to pre-release and don't have an MTG Arena account, you're going to get these codes regardless. And so we have some extra codes. Shoutouts to the Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York community. There's some awesome folks over there. So we have some extra codes to give away from people that know that we're going to be doing this and giving codes away to all of you. So if you did miss out on a code from a Phyrexia All Will Be One pre-release kit, this will be your opportunity. We will give away 3 in this video, 3 in the next video, and 3 in the last video. So plenty of stuff for all of you to have. And our promo foil rare is a Thrun, Breaker of Silence. I was about to call him Thrun the Last Troll. That's the earlier version of Thrun. This card, in Limited, is unfair. So basically, if we can play green, we probably would. This card is absolutely incredible. It's almost unbeatable. If you're on the back foot, I basically faced somebody where they had to chump block with this. So then, yes, then you win. That's how you beat Thrun, is win before Thrun comes out, I suppose. But yeah, Thrun, Breaker of Silence is like an unbeatable card in Limited. There's just like not very much people can do about it if they're not in green. So yeah, card's incredible. If we can play green, we're going to. Just spoilers. We have, and even if we, like, it's double green, so I probably wouldn't splash for it, but, like, even if our green is bad, we'll just pair it with our best color and play green anyway. Like, that's just, we'll see. We have an Indoctrination Attendant to start. Copper Longlegs. Thrill of Possibility. Oops. Well, oh, interesting. I did not do that. There is an upside down card among the commons. Why? It's a Mandible Justiciar. Okay, I mean, whatever. That was very weird. We have a Cutthroat Centurion, a Complete Devotion, the Autonomous Furnace. So good to remember which of these lands we have, although, again, they kind of just get in if you're in that color, and that's kind of it. It's not like they're fixing lands. We have a Mere Kinsmith. We have an Axiom Engraver. Our first uncommon is Hex Gold Halberd with the 4 Mirrodin ability, which is pretty good in this set, I won't lie. Trying to like fix our lighting a little bit here if I can. Sorry, everyone. Okay. We have a Resistance Reunited. I like this art a lot. Really, really cool. And a Distorted Curiosity, which means our first non-promo, rare or mythic, is a Monument to Perfection. This card is awful in limited. Just awful. So yeah, we will not be using this by any means, but this goes on the side. I feel like we have more in this pack. We do. We have a foil common in Gold Warden's Helm, which is actually pretty sick looking. That's cool. I like that a lot. Okay, yeah, I mean, the actual armament itself, as well as the background in the upper corner here, very cool looking in foil. I like that. And I mean, if we're doing red-white equipment in any capacity, obviously we want to be green, but still, we've gotten a couple of good pieces for that. We have a gorgeous full art swamp. I love these artworks. So good. And a Phyrexian Golem token. Why not? We have a code for MTG Arena. As a reminder, if you've already used one on your account on MTG Arena, I know it's been a bit. Apologies. I know we took a while, but still, just be aware this one will not work for you. And then if you want, shout out in the comments below and say, hey, I got the first code. The first code worked for me. We would appreciate it. And I'm sure your fellow viewers who are trying would appreciate it as well. I imagine because it's a little late, you might have a little bit of leeway on this. So if you're looking at it like a week after it came out, I would try it. I would check the comments first, but I would try it. But yeah, this is our small way of saying thank you to all of you for watching our stuff. Please don't forget, I mentioned that we are live. We are live every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on this channel. And if you're a fan of Magic, on Mondays... Wow, that was weird. On Mondays, we play MTG Arena. So we are live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern playing Arena, mostly limited. So as I talk about our picks, if we were making a sealed deck, just be aware we would love to have you on those streams as well. So we have a Branch Blight Stalker to start. That's a good one. A Furnace Strider. A Gulping Scrap Trap. This is a good one too. Glistener Seer. A Charge of the Mites. Not bad. We've used it. We did use a fair bit of these in this limited format. Titanic Growth. Not terrible. I mean, it's 2 mana for +4/+4. It's a very good combat trick, so definitely an option, especially if and when we're playing green. Experimental Augury with some of the sickest art in the set. It's so good looking. Plus, it's a great card, of course. Rustvine Cultivator in the alt art, the showcase art. Very nice. This card's fine. Like, we haven't seen a lot of oil strategy stuff, at least to my recollection. If we did, this card is good. And I mean, like, the ability to ramp into big stuff, the biggest thing we have right now is 5, right? With Thrun, and there was the other 5-drop that we kind of just saw earlier in this pack. So, like, we're not really ramping yet, but this would be able to help us do that, or at least help, like, fix our colors, because it untaps a land. So if we need double color, like for Thrun, but then this would be an awkward splash, right? We have a Planar Disruption, incredible card. Very nice common. We have the Hunter Maze. So again, if we're playing green, it gets in, no question. Just the ability to draw a card late game, quite nice. We have the Incubation Sack. I'm fine with this card. I'm not in love with it. Again, oil strategies are a thing that we could be doing. And if we are, I would put this in. If we're not, I probably wouldn't. I know there are people that like played it even if they didn't have oil synergies, but yeah, that's not really for me. But yeah, this is our first uncommon. We have a Bladed Ambassador showcase art uncommon. That's gorgeous. Again, more oil stuff. And a Void Wing Hybrid. I like this card quite a bit. I mean, I haven't really seen a reason to be pulled into these colors yet, but it's a good card. And then our next rare or mythic is a Venerated Rot Priest. What a good one. Okay. Yeah, I mean, proliferating makes this card good. It's toxic in and of itself. And don't take that out of context, I guess. And then it gives poison counters when our stuff gets targeted. So yeah, any spell that we have. So like that Titanic Growth gets a lot better with this on the field. So yeah. Very, very good. I'm absolutely happy to be in green. Behind the Rot Priest, we have, a Phyrexian full art forest. Say that 5 times fast. Sorry, I said forest. Right. I wanted the alliteration and it wasn't there. A swamp. A full art swamp. Silly me. And a Koth Fire of Resistance emblem. Very nice. Okay. I don't think I have one of those yet. That's cool. Again, it's been a bit since I opened this set, but if you are unaware, not only did I open 4 pre-release kits for myself at a pre-release, but I also got to open $2,000 worth of product from this set. So maybe if you click up in the top corner up there, you can go check that video out if you have not seen it yet. There was one spicy pull, only the most expensive card I could have opened in the set at the time. So yeah, I encourage you to check that video out. That was a lot of fun. It's a long one, but it's worth it. $2,000 worth of product, 2 cases. So anyway, Molten Rebuke, a Cutthroat Centurion, Vivisurgeon's Insight, Crawling Chorus, very good card, Predation Steward, okay, so more oil, a Shrapnel Slinger, the Dross Pits, okay, so we have 3 different lands, or sphere lands, Offer Immortality, Tyrannix Atrocity definitely gets in, great card, great card. Maze Skullbomb, these probably don't get in. Notably, the sacrifice ability on this thing is not the spell type of target that we would need for Venerated Rot Priest. These cards are fine, I suppose. We have a Sylvok Battle Chair. This gets in. Definitely gets in. 7 mana to equip, 6 to cast, and it's 4 Mirrodin, so you get a 6/6 trample for 6, and then next turn, if you have a land drop, or have 7 mana, you can just re-equip this to something else to give it +4/+4 in trample. Card is incredible. And this is our first uncommon. We have a Sheoldred's Edict. This card is fine. Obviously, there are situations where you can blow somebody out, and there are other situations where this will do nothing, right? Or very few things. And we have a Nahiri's Sacrifice, which means our next rare or mythic is a Zenith Chronicler. I do not remember this card from this set, and looking at it, it feels bad. If you have opinions and think that I am incorrect, for limited, of course, right? We're talking about sealed. Leave it in the comments. If you want to say that it's good and constructed, you're welcome to do that as well. But just realize that my context for saying that I think it's bad is for sealed, for limited. Behind Zenith Chronicler, we have a full art forest and a Phyrexian Might token. Also, my point with the Zenith Chronicler, of course, right? The nice thing about pre-release is you're playing in best of 3. So you would absolutely be able to board that in if your opponent was playing a bunch of multicolored spells and you really weren't, or maybe you board out one multicolored spell to put this in because you really only had one and they have a bunch. That would be a pretty decent strategy. So, and because it's an artifact, it goes into any deck you want. So I would say it's a fine sideboard card, but we have a Mesmerizing Dose, Leonin Lightbringer, Maze's Mantle, not bad, Volt Charge, I like this card quite a bit, Whisper of the Dross, also a good one, Ichor Synthesizer, okay, Basilica Skullbomb, did I say Spellbomb with the other one before? It's a Skullbomb, sorry. A Plague Nurse, very, very nice. Definitely wants to be in a toxic strategy, which would be white-green. But honestly, even if we just had a bunch of green toxic creatures and a second color that wasn't white, we would still play this Plague Nurse. Really cool. We have an Aspirant's Ascent. Gorgeous artwork on this one. A Serum Snare is our first uncommon. Not bad at all. Churning Reservoir. Talk about oil strategies. Very, very nice. And a Vat of Rebirth. This is another oil card. This one I don't love as much. I think the Churning Reservoir is better. Yes, because you can put oil on other things, so it helps you with that. But this, you have to have things die, which, again, in black-green, maybe, but I don't know. I don't like this one as much as the Churning Reservoir, is my point. And so our next rare or mythic is... Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Okay, well... Wow. That is a Phyrexian Obliterator. That is an amazing card. I have not opened this card from this set yet. It is a mythic. and it is incredible. If you are unaware of what Phyrexian Obliterator does, feel free to read it. Oh my god, that is very awesome. Is it worth going green-black? I think so. We've gotten some decent cards in black as well. So right now, that's the direction I'm looking. I guess we'll have to see. As always, once we're done, right, let me know in the comments what deck you would make. Right now, I'm leaning towards green-black. I don't know if you know why. But behind the Phyrexian Obliterator, good lord, we have a foil common in Gitaxian Raptor. Okay. Or Gitaxian Raptor. But anyway. No, it's Gitaxian. I was right. That's a pretty cool foil. I don't hate that. It's interesting, right? Because you can, like, see through the Raptor. So, like, in that way, it looks awesome. Because it's, like, almost shiny all over. Really, really cool. And then behind the Raptor, we have a mountain. Full art mountain. Gorgeous. And a cat token. Really awesome cat token. Or looking cat token. Really, really cool. Okay. 2 more packs to go, which means it's time for another code. Again, 1 per account. Shout out in the comments, hey, I got the second code, and it worked for me. The second code. I mentioned we're live Mondays and Fridays, so obviously this video will be coming out on Monday. So tonight we're live for MTG Arena, but this Friday, we are live with something. We play video games on Fridays, and we just finished, if you're unaware, God of War 3. We played through it on live on this channel on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern, but now we are playing through something else. So I encourage you to tune in this Friday as we start a new game. Should be very, very interesting, and we would obviously love to have you there. We have a Hazardous Blast as our first card. Vraska's Fall. Again, this is another one of those that, like, could be very, very good, and you could get exactly what you want off their field, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you're going to whiff. And, like, you know, they sack, like, a creature token, like a Might or something. We have a Prologue to Phyrexia. A Mirrodin Bardiche. It's actually been a bit since we've gotten some 4 Mirrodin cards. I remember that first pack, like, really seemed like we could go into this strategy, and then it was kind of silent there for a while. We have an Ichor Spit Basilisk. Incredible card. Really, really good. A Barbed Batterfist. Yeah, so this pack, much more leaning towards the equipment strategy again. A Quicksilver Fisher. Gorgeous art on this card. Otherwise, the card is kind of just fine. We have a Zealot's Conviction. Okay, not bad. The Fair Basilica. So another one of the Sphere lands. Dross Skullbomb. So here's the black one. This gets a creature back from our graveyard to our hand, and we draw a card. For 3 mana, it's not bad. This is probably the best one, in my opinion, especially if we're in green-black, because we have the green one, and the green one's not great. So yeah, I might play this one. This one might be like a 22nd or a 23rd card. We'd have to see. We have a Tamiyo's Logbook as our first uncommon. Very, very nice. We're not in this deck, but it's a cool card. We have a Jawbone Duelist. This one's a great card. Wow. I like this one a lot. And a Nim Razor Paladin. Speaking of good cards, if we're trying to go green-black, which I would really like to, this definitely gets in. Very, very good card. But now I think we would need that that green showcase card that we got. I'm not going to remember the name of it, but you all do. That you can put oil on it, and then you can use oil to untap a land. Like, we have 2 big 5-drops, and important 5-drops in Thrun and Nim Razor Paladin. Phyrexian Obliterator is 4 black, so it's going to be a little tough to cast our spells, but we're going to make it work. That's how I feel about it. And so our next rare or mythic is... Oh my goodness. This would be the kind... I mean, obviously it's legendary, right? I'm not anticipating having them both on the field at the same time, but what's worse than 1 almost unbeatable Thrun Breaker of Silence? How about 2? Because even if they have green or are in green, maybe they use their last green removal spell on the first Thrun, and then you play the second one. Or maybe they use it early on Phyrexian Obliterator before you play Thrun, and then they can't beat the first one. And then if they do, you play the second one. Like, it's just unanswerable threats are, like, kind of a big deal. So... yeah, this is, that's disgusting. This would be a situation where I would call a judge over, right? I mean, I'd be freaking out regardless with the people at my table, but I would call a judge over and just say, hey, by the way, judge, I just want you to be aware I opened 2 of this very broken card. And they would kind of pat me on the back and congratulate me and appease me and then leave. But again, It's just, you know, with two of these cards, you might have an opponent that's like a little salty about it. And I don't blame them because this card is stupid. That is fantastic. 2 Thrun and a Phyrexian Obliterator. Good lord. Behind it, we have a full art island. Very nice. And a Phyrexian Might token. We have 1 pack to go, which means that we're going to open this pack after we give away this last code for MTG Arena. Again, you can say in the comments, I got the 3rd code. The 3rd code worked for me. Thank you all so very much. I really hope you're enjoying this video. That is sick. 2 Thrun and a Phyrexian Obliterator. I like it. So yeah, shout out in the comments below. Obviously, for each and every one of the folks who do get a code and it does work for them, I hope you get great stuff. If you use the code and you open your cards or your packs and you get good stuff, you're welcome to let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you open. So, okay, there we go. Which means we start with a Molten Rebuke, a Cruel Grimnarch. Again, this is a 6-drop. So if we wanted to play this, it's a great card. But again, we need to make sure that our low end is just as good as our top end to be able to live long enough. We have a Vivisurgeon's Insight, another Crawling Chorus, a Predation Steward again. So, I mean, it's a 2/2 for 2 that could get bigger. So yeah, I probably would put these in, especially because 2-drops like bears in Limited are very important, and this is a pretty good one. So we have Shrapnel Slinger, again, a Complete Devotion, Mere Kinsmith, another Tyrannix Atrocity. That's a lot of 5-drops. 2 Thruns, 2 of these, and we had that other one earlier that I'm not going to remember off the top of my head. Oh, the Nimraiser Paladin, right, is also 5 in black. So that's a lot of 5-drops. I would probably have to cut maybe one of these or something. That's rough. That is really rough. Again, let me know in the comments below, what would your 5-drop slot look like in this deck? We have the Surgical Bay. Very cool. A Watchful Blister Zoa is our first uncommon. Infested Flesh Cutter is the second. And another Incubation Sac is the third. Now, not for nothing, it's 4 mana to make those 3/3 golems. Interesting. This is an early drop, right? It's something to play on turn 1 besides a Venerated Rot Priest. I would think about it. Let me know in the comments, again, what do you think of an Incubation Sac? Would you play one? Would you play both? If you're in this green-black deck that I would love to be in. And so our last rare or mythic is... And oh my goodness, an Evolved Spinoderm. This deck is sick. 4 on-color rares in green, and then a black mythic in Phyrexian Obliterator. That is sick. Absolutely sick. And honestly, like, we wouldn't do it, but to be in 2 colors, black and green, we could play every rare and mythic that we opened. Every single one. Because the Zenith Chronicler and the Monument to Perfection are both our other rares, and they're artifacts. So they go into a black-green deck just as they would go in literally any other deck, but still, we can literally play every rare or mythic that we opened. Incredible. Anyway, behind it, we have, good lord, and this is a great card, by the way. Can we talk about that? It's a very, very good card. Especially if we have ways of putting more oil on it. We have a full art Phyrexian Mountain and the Hollow Sentinel token that you get from Venser in this set. Obviously, I'm going to leave you looking at this Phyrexian Obliterator. I guess I won't put it back there. I'll put it here. There's a Phyrexian Obliterator. We did it. We got this sick mythic that we're absolutely going to play along with our 2 Thrun and our Venerated Rot Priest and our Evolved Spinoderm. I'm a little worried about the curve in this deck, for sure. But maybe, you know, in the commons and uncommons, there are probably other things that we could use that would help us out quite a bit. So, yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you would do if you would open this kit. Do you agree with me, or do you think I'm being too greedy with the quad black Phyrexian Obliterator mana cost? Am I, like, too blinded by that, and I should be playing green-white instead because we had, like, Crawling Choruses and stuff like that? Whatever your opinions are, I would love to hear them in the comments down below. And yeah, that is going to be the end of this particular video. Obviously, we are trying to limp our way back into putting stuff out while getting our house in order, literally and figuratively. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your subscriptions. And when you ring the bell, super helpful. And this is not Twitch, just a reminder. So it is free. not shade on Twitch, just reminding people how that works. Subscriptions on YouTube are fully free. Feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. If you ring the bell, you'll get notifications whenever any of our videos come out, because this video would have been a surprise to many of you. So thank you for being here for this one. And if you stumbled upon it, don't forget, you don't want to miss the rest of them, because we are giving away more codes and stuff. So if you didn't get the codes here, you can tune into the rest of our videos. But yeah, for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.